Okay, so today I'm going to be doing my speech on the world's two largest snakes, which is the green anaconda and the reticulated python. So this is what a green anaconda looks like, and then this is a reticulated python, if you guys have ever seen those before. So imagine walking through the Amazon rainforest and spotting a massive snake resting in the trees or the water. Your heart starts racing, but is this creature truly a threat to you? Most people are very scared of giant snakes due to the movies and what the media tells you, but understanding their true nature can help us appreciate their role in it. So, my thesis is that pythons and anacondas are some of the largest snakes in the world, but they also play a crucial role in their ecosystems. And despite a lot of common myths, they are rarely a danger to humans. So, first, I'm going to talk about the physical characteristics and the hunting behaviors of these snakes. The green anaconda is known to be the heaviest snake. They can reach over 500 pounds and um, be over 20 feet long. And then the reticulated python are the long, and they can reach over 30 feet, which is very big. For their habitats and and in swamps and rivers, and they use the water to camouflage themselves. And then pythons live in more rainforests and grasslands, and even in some urban areas, and they use ambush tactics to hunt. And for their hunting and feeding strategies, both of them are constrictors. So when they're hunting, they wrap around their prey, kind of like cutting off their circulation. And then they can swallow animals whole, and it kind of just travels down their body because they have very flexible jaws. So it kind of just like expands. And their role in the ecosystem, one huge one is population control. They're very important because they eat rodents, birds, some deer populations actually, and it prevents a lot of overpopulation. And they actually are prey for other predators too. They grow to be very large, but when they're still juveniles, a lot of big birds, crocodiles, will eat them for food. They also help with the ecosystem balance. So removing large snakes can disrupt the food chain a lot and increase to a lot of pest populations. So it's best to just leave these animals alone. And there are a lot of myths about these creatures. So I'm going to be talking about some of the myths about them and the actual facts. So, one myth is that giant snakes regularly attack or are very harmful to humans. The reality is that the documented cases of snake attacks in the wild are extremely rare, and they usually involve human provoked situations. So, um, it's usually the human's fault if they're getting hurt by a snake because they're not really aggressive animals to humans, they're just defensive. So if you try to touch them or try to bother them, they're going to strike against you. But if you're just like minding your own business, they're not going to slither up to you and try to attack you. Another myth is that they're very aggressive hunters. They actually avoid humans as much as they can, and they rely on their stealth for hunting. And the last myth is that they pose a major threat to humans. And the reality that we pose much more of a threat to their habitats than snakes will ever pose to humans. And so, in conclusion, pythons and anacondas are two of the largest snakes in the world, and I think they're two of the coolest ones too. They're essential for maintaining balance in their ecosystems, and despite myths and exaggerations, they rarely pose a threat to humans. And so, next time you see a giant snake in a documentary or zoo, remember they're not the monsters that media makes them out to be, but they're rather fascinating creatures that deserve our respect and conservation efforts.